What's going on? Matt Malatest here with Coach Jonathan McNeese, the Woodlands Christian Academy golf coach who won his back-to-back TAP State Championship with a team loaded with talent. Coach, congrats. What was the bus ride home like? What was it like when y'all actually figured out that y'all won this thing?
It was pretty crazy. I mean, last year it was the excitement of a state championship. This year you compound winning our second straight with the fashion in which we won it, setting all the records, the school records that we did, which was kind of something that we had, talked about and something we'd really pushed ourselves to do this year. It was pretty surreal, and kind of just having to stop and think, wait, what did we just do, kind of thing. So it was really, really cool to see us be able to come together and put it all together at the right time this year.
Yeah, talk about some of those school records. What were the high points as it related to that tournament?
Yeah, so it started on Monday, first day of the state tournament, when we had a couple guys go pretty low on their front nine. We had, Aaron Pounds that was 5 under after 9 holes. We had a couple others that were, in the 2, 3, 4 under range, which are at that, at that point, the school record is a 65, which is 7 under. So you only have to shoot, 2 under par on the back nine to tie it, 3 or 4 under, to beat it. And we didn't set the single day school record that day as individuals, but we did break the single day team record, shooting a 273, which ended up being 15 under par, which is, we've got four guys. I mean, just crazy. So then we show up on Tuesday and had a little bit of adversity, had some contacts that got lost and misplaced by one of our guys, had a little wrist injury where one of our players had to withdraw, which means we're down to 4 guys. So nobody's score gets dropped. And so I'm thinking, all right, I mean, we're up by 30 strokes. So we're in a good position to win, but it's like, we have to finish. We can't have any hiccups. Nobody can, have a freak accident out on the course. And everybody performed. And we had Jack Usner, shot a 64 on day 2, 8 under par, broke the school record for a single day. Aaron goes out and shoots another great day. He shot a 65 on day 1, shot a 66 on day 2, putting him at 13 under, which ended up being a new school record for 2 days. On that second day, as a single day as a team, we shot a 269, which was 4 shots better than the day before, which was a school record. And then the 542, an extremely 34 under par for the tournament. Just insane to think. Literally, I said it on Twitter, every record that we had that could be broken, we broke that day. And it was crazy to see all of it come together at the same time, with the guys just focused on the same thing together, knowing, with the adversity we had Tuesday morning with the lost contacts and the injuries, like, hey, everybody has to come out and play their best. And they all did, including, one that doesn't get mentioned a lot, our senior, Ethan Bridges, who had his season low for the season. He's going to play at Florida Southern next year in Lakeland, Florida. And Ethan, as a senior, goes out. His last putt as a TWCA Warrior is a birdie putt. Just solidifies and puts a stamp of approval on his great career. So it truly was a special day for us.
You're right. I mean, these guys are all, going off to play college at some point in their career. They're young. They win as a sophomore, they win as a junior. Now they have their senior year coming up next season. What is it like? Because it seems like they're completely unaffected by having the big bullseye on their back. When y'all show up to tournaments, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's the Warriors. What is that like, being the hunted instead of the hunters?
I mean, I think for a lot of our guys, and for for me as a coach, it really comes down to just staying level. It's like, at the end of the day, you show up, there's expectations, and I try to have a good balance of having expectations where, hey, listen, this is what you guys can do, but also like understanding that at the end of the day, these are 16, 17, 18-year-old guys who, yeah, they've got a huge career. They've got this huge talent, but they're also worrying about their AP Cal test that they've got to, go back and make up when they get back to the Woodland. They've got their world history. And so all this stuff that you're trying to have that good balance. And so being able to understand and let them still be in the moment, set these expectations. This year we knew that unless we mess things up, that we were going to be in a great place to win again. And so I challenged them, going into districts and regionals, like, listen, let's make this about setting records. Like, yeah, we may not see anybody who can really touch us and can really get to where we're going to be as far as going low on the course. But we want to set records to beat ourselves. We want to go and do things better than we've done, in our careers. And we want to put a number up there that all those groups that are coming behind us are going to say, hey, listen, that's what we have to work toward. That 2021, that 2022, that 2023 group that really set the bar for all of us. That's why you see the Highland Parks, the Austin Westlakes of Texas and golf, who just have a year in and year out, because they have that expectation where they've had these great teams in the past and they continue to have a new crop of kids. We may never see this same level at our school, but I think it's cool to at least have this bar to set for the kids that are coming behind. The middle schoolers that I teach on a day in and day out basis that are always asking me about these, kids that they know are going to play at the next level. It's cool to see them aspire to have that goal ahead for them too. So
that is a lofty goal. We're talking about Jonathan McNeese of TWCA boys golf. They won back-to-back TAP state championships. Now, honestly, what is the goal? What do you write up there on the bulletin board this year going into 2023? What are y'all trying to accomplish? I know another TAP state title is there, but what are the other goals for y'all?
I mean, in our award ceremony the other night with the team, I gave them I always try and come up with something for the year, and this won't necessarily be what we use as our hashtag for the year, but I borrowed it from the Astros a couple years ago. They used the phrase "never settle," and there's so many times in life where we set expectations and we meet those expectations, and then we're satisfied and that's it, and we don't push ourselves to do more. And the question you asked is what is the next thing for us? And honestly, I think it really comes down to, the next step for these guys. Like, we're wanting to make this transition from senior year to freshman year of college, for Aaron and Jack going to A&M, for some of our others, whatever they decide to do next, make that transition good. So enjoy the senior year, but also continue to push themselves. We've got, a freshman and sophomore group that are going to be moving up and pushing these guys next year. There's a chance those records that we think might not be able to be touched, we want to try and touch those records. We want to try and we can set the bar even lower. And obviously, while we're doing that, as we get opportunities to compete, not just in TAPs with our private school opponents, but when we get a chance to go across UIL lines and play in some of our local tournaments and statewide tournaments against some of the best teams, go out and compete in a great way. We had a couple opportunities to do that this year, and it was really good to have our guys get to play in a team format. They compete against these guys all year long in the AJGA and local tournaments, but it's cool to see it in a team environment and go up against the best in the state as well. So,
well, you talk about the state of Texas. I mean, you got a name like Zalator or Zach. What's his? He played at TCA and he just almost won the PGA Championship.
Oh yeah, you got Will Zalatoris.
You got Zalatoris. You got Spieth. You got Scheffler. There's so many names from the state of Texas
For sure.
where golf is so prevalent. And while they're also looking at A&M, they've got to be looking beyond.
Sure.
Jeff Maggart played professional golf, and his son is on your team. I mean, not to put you on the spot, but do one of these guys have that opportunity or have that type of game that translates to professional golf?
No, I mean, I think several of our guys, I know that they have that desire. I think it kind of just becomes for them, where do they see themselves, and playing to the point that they no longer get the joy and the satisfaction out of it. As long as they've got that drive, as long as they've got that push to keep grinding it out, in the work room, in the, on the range, playing while still being able to have fun. I think if you ever get to the point where you're doing something and you lose the fun aspect with the desire to get better at it, at this point, none of them have lost that. And the trajectory that they're on, I think that we've got a couple that definitely have that opportunity. And I joked with them in our award ceremony the other night, saying, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys playing at Augusta, playing at Pebble Beach, playing at Kiowa, in the years to come, whether that's, on college, or whether that's, on the next level. But I think we've definitely got some guys who that's on their radar. I think they're just trying to take it step by step, moment by moment, but definitely that's a goal that's in mind for them, for sure.
Well, Houston needs one. We've been kind of lacking for some
Yes.
time. Seems like Dallas has all the love, or Austin.
Right.
But hey, congrats on all the great things that y'all have done over there, and more to come next season. We're with Jonathan McNeese, TWCA Golf Coach. Congrats. Hey, it's hard, when you're developing talent, or you've got great talent and kind of molded in them and keeping their head straight. It's tough. So congrats to you and the Warriors are doing great things. This is Matt with VYPE. We'll see y'all on the course.